Hey, how's it going? This is our Pebble monthly updates. This is for July 2025. Kevin, my co-founder. Kevin, how you doing?
Good, good. We've got lots of things to share today, so looking forward to it and very excited.
Yeah. So we do this every month, sharing what we're working on. This is a platform that Pebble builds, and we get to listen to you guys and hear what needs to be built. And it's a great chance for us to share with you guys what's going on behind the scenes here at Pebble. So the first thing we want to share with you guys, we have a new Pebble course area. This course page, if you head over to pebblerei.com/courses, you're going to get access to some courses that we're working on. We're going to continue to add more on here. So the first one is a lot of you folks are coming from the Land Profit Generator program, and it's a great program. If you're coming out of that and you want to learn how to use Pebble, we have that as our first one there. You can see we actually moved to this new platform here on Circle. The next one here we have with Land Insights. So we did a 7-part series with Land Insights on pulling data, getting really specific on the data you're pulling. And they do an amazing job with their platform over there. So that's another one that's complete. These are all completely free, by the way. We've also got a cold calling strategy with the folks over at Lead Mining Pros. They put together a cold calling strategy course alongside with Pebble here. So if you want to check those out, those are available. They're completely free, and we're going to continue to add more. So head over to pebblerei.com/courses for that. All right, let's jump into the next thing here. We've got some features to talk about. Kevin, let's talk about the
Yeah,
first one here. Sort tasks by due date here.
yeah. So I'll pull this up here. We've added some additional things to our tasks panel. We've got completed dates, assignees, stages. Now we had some of these things before, but what we've added that people have been asking for is the ability to sort by different dates. So whether I want to sort by my oldest created, so this is when did I create this task? I can sort by that. I can sort by due date. If I've completed a task, so I can do, if I click all here, then I can sort by when that task was completed. So all of these things are available now to sort by. So that can help you specifically looking at when were things done, and be able to track those things. So that's sortable tasks.
Awesome. The next one here, let's talk about the updated lead forms. So our lead forms just kind of give context here. These are forms that you can create to embed on your website or pass to a call answering service, or for you to
Mhm.
fill out when somebody calls you and a lead calls you. And those are what forms are. You have a form builder inside of Pebble. But go ahead and share with us some of
Yeah.
the updates on that, Kevin.
Yeah, so if you go to your inbox, here's an example of a lead form. So this could be a lead form that you put on your website, and you get to ask questions to your leads, and they can fill those in and get those submitted here. The additions that we've made are a bit more control over how these forms work. So if you go to settings, and I'll pull up one of my lead forms here. We've always had the phone, email, and code available, but we can now determine whether these are required or optional, or if I want to hide it altogether. So let's say you don't care about getting people's emails. That can be the case. So you can just say, I want to hide this field, and instead I want to require the phone number field. So you can do that now. That form will not ask the user for the email. Similar to codes, I know some people don't use our Pebble generated offer codes, so now you can hide that and remove it entirely from the form there. Additionally, this is coming very soon here. We are going to add the ability to have an opt-in text. So this is particularly important for those of you who are doing texting. You need to have that opt-in check marked in order to get approved to send out text messages. That there's an opt-in checkbox that says that basically the user can opt into receiving text messages. So we will shortly have that out. That's being tested right now. So fairly soon you will have that. We're also going to provide autoresponders. So if you want to auto respond via email or via text, we will be providing that as well. So stay tuned for those updates. But these optional fields are available today.
Awesome. All right. So you get more control over the way that you intake some of those leads through your forms. Let's talk about the next one here, campaign stats. So just as a context here, Pebble tracks for all your marketing campaigns. You may use Pebble's mailing service, you may not. You may do cold calling with a third-party service or your own dialer. You may do mass texting. You may do PPC, whatever it is. You're still going to track your campaigns. This is really important. This is what sort of allows Pebble to understand your marketing channels and allow you to calculate for your return on ad spend and your return on investments. Um, it's really important for our users to track marketing because marketing is going to be one of your biggest spend other than if you're going to purchase a property itself. So we really want information on your marketing. This isn't sort of just a CRM where you're going to track deals and leads. You're tracking your marketing as well. And so that's really the start of the workflow inside of Pebble. So we've made some updates here in terms of like showing even more information so you can get more out of your campaigns, right, Kevin?
Yes, exactly. So if you now go to your campaigns list, we give you, we've added a bunch more information. Now we've always been tracking this information, but we didn't present it in sort of a table view like this, so you can really dial in to see which campaigns are performing. So now we have that. So you'll notice here that we've added a bunch of more columns. So we've got money spent. So how much money did I spend on this campaign? And then what sort of revenue resulted from that spend? So how many properties did I actually purchase and sell through these different campaigns? So once you start tracking all those numbers, you'll be able to see, okay, a campaign here, I spent $3,500 on it and I received $10,000 in total revenue. So obviously this is a great performing campaign. So what did I do here? How can I recreate a campaign like that? Those are the types of questions that we are answering. We also have additional columns here, response rates, how many deals came out of this campaign, how many offers did I make associated with this campaign, and how many purchases. So really important stuff there. I can also sort by this. So if I want to see, what was my highest responding campaign, I can go ahead and sort by that column now, and I know that this campaign got me, a 1.6, 1.7% response rate here. So you can really start dialing into what are those campaigns that are performing and not performing, so you can try to hone in on what your strategy is.
Yep. Awesome. All right, let's talk about another thing here, the deal activity feed. I think there's always been this whole thing of people want to know exactly who is doing what's actually happening with an active deal that you're working on inside of Pebble. So now we do have an activity lead, right?
Yes, exactly. So every deal that you go to, um, over here on the right-hand side, we previously only had the ability to add notes, or this only showed notes here. We've now added additional context of what is happening with this deal. And so this is really everything that is going on. So you can see I changed the stage to due diligence on June 27th. That resulted in a stage automation creating two tasks. I can go ahead and see what task lists got added here. And it also show when I make offers on properties that are associated with this deal. And this is really for everything. So if I go in and I go update property information, if I fill in custom fields, maybe I'm marking off tasks as being checked, or maybe your team members are doing that. All of that stuff is going to now show up in your activity feed. So at a glance, you can look at what was the total history of this deal. When were purchases made? When were tasks completed? When did things move from one stage to another? So this really shows you everything in one spot. I'll also mention that we have the ability to sort information here, so or filter out information. So if I just want to see, what tasks were completed, I can go ahead and click this tasks filter. Or if I just want to see when things moved from different stages, I can do that. If I just want to see my notes, I can click that. So this really gives you the ability to dial into what has happened during the lifetime of this deal.
Awesome. All right, and a big one, which a lot of you guys have been waiting for here. My team, the Android team. Although I recently switched an iPhone, but yeah, Kevin, tell us a little bit about the Android app.
Yeah, so the Android app is in the final processes. It's been submitted for review to the Google Play Store. So by the time you're watching this, it may be live. If not, it should be within a short amount of time, barring some, you know, some very difficult thing that we run into. But from what I understand, everything should be good here. So shortly, you will be able to search for the Pebble app in the App Store,
Yeah,
and that will allow you to make and receive calls right from your phone. It'll allow you to get notifications, all that sort of thing, right there from a native Android application.
awesome. All right. So again, we do this every month. We're in the second half of 2025. There is a lot of exciting things we're working on. I can't wait to share this with you guys. And I think we're going to have some sort of an update for you guys on the next month. So make sure you guys stay tuned. I think these next few months, you guys do want to stay really, really peeled as to some of the things that we're working on with the team here at Pebble. So I'm certainly really excited. I know Kevin and the entire product team are very excited as well. So we can't wait to share more. So make sure you do two things. You hit that subscribe button on this channel, and then you hit that bell icon. So when we're live, when we do upload new content, we're doing this with the podcast, we're doing it with other content, we're doing it with the update roundups. You will get notified so you can continue to streamline your business. Awesome. Kevin, thanks for joining me on this July feature updates, and we'll see you guys next month.
Yeah.